I think Noob's just going to have a similar style game where he's able to do whatever he wants. Iori putting out some laughing squawks. Let's see as all 5 heroes together for the side of OG. It is BZM on the patented Invoker, the Grandmaster.
Of course.
Ominous beeps. We've got 2 heroes squawking and or beeping like that. No words.
Marcy can join the team.
Yeah. A little whistling.
Get tracked.
In trouble. The start with the concussive shot. EMP is going to land, but it's not going to matter. First blood for Toby.
Great start. Like, we've seen Visages, what they can do if they're off to a good start. Whenever I think of Visage, 33 as a player comes to my mind. Like, he's the Grandmaster Visage player. And what is he bringing? Some extra regeneration. Another circlet going into Bracer next. We'll see if this is going to be like phylactery game, because he had a great start. Or if he wants to build into Solar Crest, tank things up, get the drums, pipe later on. There's a huge amount of magical damage coming out from Invoker, Underlord, Disruptor. Pretty much every hero does have it.
What's like the big killer lane right now for either team? Is there really even a killer lane? Actually, is it Yuragi and Kitrak at level 2?
Top lane, definitely not a killer lane. By like, it's IO plus Underlord. That's going to be a sustain lane. Phoenix, slow, very slow when it comes down to his laning stage. I think it's going to be bottom. I think Yuragi is going to be in trouble considering the amount of nuke damage that they have. Another concussive shot with another blood grenade soul assumption. He dies. I think in this one, it's very important for Terrorblade to itemize correctly. Get as much stats as you can. Magic Wand, Bracer, Treads, get another Belt of Giant Strength, Raindrop. All these small items just to tank up as much as possible. Noob getting caught in the mid lane. Some good harassment from BZM.
Yeah, BZM, we were talking about it in game number 1. He kind of needs to be the one who gets out of the starting line quickly. And he's gone for Quaswex to start. And he's got that urn queued up, so we'll see. Because, again, both these heroes definitely looking as they start to hit that level 6-7 point to make something happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if they're going to be putting the pressure here. Every single time he gets close, concussive shot in his face. Visage consumes a lot of mana. This is very mana dependent. Soul Assumption 110. They hit level 2 immediately. Kitrak starts to play aggressive.
Oh boy.
Maybe too aggressive.
Soul Assumption, not even used. He's just going to throw it over onto Yuragi. They get the kill into Kitrak, and that's the second time he's died already.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yuragi dropping some items inside the base, ready for his Disruptor to bring to him. And Kitrak will do just that, picking them all up. Top lane just seems like DM and Seb will be able to sustain. They're not going to die in this lane.
There's not enough damage. TA in the safe lane doesn't have those levels to threaten a kill when she's paired up with a hero like a Phoenix. Already having Headress. Underlord, one Bracer going into Soul Ring Phase Boot. So this lane should do really well for OG. They push the wave. There is big camp being blocked. Let's see if Seb unblocks it, and then they start pulling. 3 minutes. Also, load is going to be available soon.
Early on, Kaori just trying to body block this camp. Both teams looking to always keep these camps blocked as Yuragi, bottom lane, gets a kill onto Omar while he gets traded by this Lotus pool. So Yuragi dying in this lane. All 3 deaths have come from this bottom lane of OG.
This also leaves some solo XP for Visage, which is really good. Once hero hits level 6, he's gonna go for like even solo kills on these heroes like Disruptor, can find Terrorblade, and immediately starting to play aggressive again. Concussive shot hits on both of them.
Yeah, they really don't want to give them any sort of reprieve, right? And just make sure that the pressure's on. And you can't feel confident really in this lane for Kitrak and Yuragi, and we're seeing a bit of that. Mid lane though, it's BZM starting to pull away a little bit.
Puck has no mana to work with. These EMP tornadoes have been on point for BZM.
There is another tornado, no EMP this time, but illusory orb used by Noob to get over to this water rune. BZM just kind of leaving the other one, but
We'll pick it up.
Goes pick it up. You see it again, concussive shot over bottom. Like Yuragi has to constantly eat this damage, and he's only got 16 CS. He's not really having a comfortable farming time down in the bottom lane. It's been tough, and you know, like you said, top's not really a killer lane. As much as DM and Seb are going to have a good time here to get some CS, like TA 2000 just feels safe. So you can just farm.
He's farming. The question is how many stacks can they make? Again, making a move on Kitrak. Does have raindrop available, so does Yuragi. So they need to burn through these charges. Already burned through 4 of them on Yuragi.
Does he buy another set? Or
No,
does he just go back into the jungle.
One set is all he needs.
Yeah.
Toby's really low on mana. He doesn't have much mana to work with.
It does cost a lot. Level 1 of the Soul Assumption is 110 mana, and he's got 1 clarity to work with, but the mana isn't exactly pristine for him. And I've got 1 mango from Omar that they could take. Probably want to have control on that 6-minute Lotus pool as well to get that Lotus to give that mana over. We'll see if any supports go over towards mid. I know that is always in question. Is Noob taking a lot of damage here from BZM? Noob will pop a clarity of his own while the 6-minute rune is about to spawn, and Kitrak might. I thought he might get caught here, but Noob doesn't exactly have a lot to work with, and they would have liked to get that glimpse and maybe pull him back, but Hillary. He's the one protecting the shield rune, and that's going to be what Noob picks up. I thought that BZM was controlling mid enough to get that, and would have potentially been the rune to dominate the lane with.
Quest understands the importance of giving Puck runes in this one, so he will pick up another one, another bounty rune on his side. Yuragi's coming with meta.
Meta, you just need a couple more hits onto Omar, but the Icarus dive, and Seb's here to heal him up, but can he heal him up enough? Going past this tier 1 tower, and Omar's nearby. It looks as though Seb, he's going to be in between a rock and a hard place, and so will Kitrak, but nobody dying at the moment, and somehow, after a clash happens right there, nobody dies.
XP runes coming out.
DM, he's pretty much safe by himself at this point, right?
Yeah, he's in a good spot. At tier 2000, he's farming. He's farming some of these smaller camps in the jungle, and that pushes him closer to level 6, while DM is only level 4.5.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, now he's getting some solo experience, so he'll hit 5.
Last raindrop.
Ooh, they're going for Yuragi. Soul Assumption with this Ancient Seal Silence, but BZM, now this is what they needed him to do, but they've got the sentry down. They know he's here, but it might be too little too late. EMP with the cold snap, and they've got Toby going the other way. Tornado misses, though. Kinetic Field's also not going to be on the mark
here.
Yeah, they're wasting a lot to get this kill on Toby, or trying to get this kill onto Toby. They haven't even secured it yet, and it's really difficult for them to control him. Finally, they get another cold snap. They'll eventually take out Toby, and BZM gets credit for the kill there, taking away the killing spree, but that was a
took him good
half.
30 seconds to get the kill there. Puck is level 7. Thinking about going in, playing slightly more aggressive. This is some good damage onto tower. Usually, like Phoenix and Scarlet Mage don't deal damage to towers, but they had a big wave because OG, they were busy in the bottom lane.
BZM comes back over towards mid, wanting to protect this tier 1 tower. Noob, by the way, he's gone to the 4 points in Illusory Orb, 2 in Waning Rift, and 1 in the Phase Shift. Oh. Omar chased. And Seb's in with the tether. Seb's in with the kill. Getting earn charges ready for BZM. What does he have flying out? Anything?
They're stealing their stacks. Finding a
be able
neutral
to-
item. Let's see what he gets for himself.
Want to be able to take these stacks away from the TA, right? If
Yeah,
he's
these-
going to be the one taking them. Does he have any stacks on the other side of the jungle? He's got one. Not really as many stacks as I thought they would have.
They have 3 stacks in the outer ring of Ancients. Because this is where you stack when you pick up the XP rune. Maybe if the lane
Right.
is pushed, your position 4 can easily stack it. And now Noob picks up that 1 value point in Dream Coil. Phase shift, dodges it, and gets out of kinetic field.
Yeah, not easy to glimpse back a puck.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Like we were saying, it's a pretty free game for him in terms of lockdown. And it's easy to dodge the glimpse. The really only thing that's going to make his life potentially difficult, right? Kinetic fields. Blocking in Kaori. We get to the 10-minute mark. Come over with the Tornado EMP. Noob's here. Guys, he's got a Dream Coil. That'll snap on BZM. Seb not willing to snap it just yet. Now they've got the silence and a quick kill. Damage coming in with the Ancient Seal as well as Toby coming over.
Toby is level 6 now, so they have
Not long for this
They
world.
have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 flying heroes in the mid lane and some familiars.
4 flying heroes,
Yeah,
2 familiars.
OG needs
Oh,
like
gosh.
Rocket. They need Clockwork Tinker to shoot them down. Sniper.
We really need to get is Kodama's reach.
Not sure what that is.
I don't even think
It's
that's
some
the-
weapon from Dragon
some-
Ball or something.
No, it's the wrong Magic the Gathering card.
Oh, okay.
I thought about what it was and I was like, oh, it's a Magic card that takes away flying. No, and then I remembered it doesn't do that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So these are the 2 Magic Gathering cards that you know. What they do out of 10 million.
I think it's the only one I thought I knew. I didn't even get it right. Oh my gosh. Somebody in chat will know. Ooh. Don't want to take the courier. Patience.
BZM and Kit Tractor
Ooh.
chasing.
Static Storm, Kinetic Field, EMP all down, and TA2000 has to try and fight back, but goes into the meld. The Dream Coil on
Can he get a
3.
full kill before? Ooh,
Seb,
almost.
He's in trouble and dies. They take out the egg. Blood Grenade on the BZM as well as Kit Track. They've got themselves the glimpse as well as the Kinetic Field. Kit Track is going to survive. They take out Omar. That's going to be 3 dead on the side of Quest.
TA2000 survived for a really long time.
Oh,
They
yeah.
used everything, Urn of Shadows, Blood Grenade to deal with those refraction charges, Firestorm, Static Storm, and then he manages to get another one. They get the kill on Seb. At least it's something. I think they need to use Toby. Toby is, like when it comes down to farm, not the most farm hero in the game, but he packs a punch, having the Solar Crest, and is going back to Phylactery after finishing off Solar.
It'll be a while till he gets that, though. Not exactly cheap by any means. With those 2 components left. But he's free farming in the moment. You've got Uragi who's just sitting on the outer jungles camps, and he's picked up a Midas.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower.
They will have double Hand of Midas available. 1 on TB, 1 on Invoker. So some extra influx of gold coming out their way.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Up.
Dire's top tower is under
Gonna
attack.
take
soon-
this tier 1 tower.
I want to see Quest play much more aggressive as soon as Visage picks up this Phylactery. If he's not focused, he deals insane amount of damage in the team fights. Supports die almost instantly. Terrorblade, I don't know if he wants to join. For now, they're farming the jungle together, Seb providing some extra HP regeneration
Bottom tower has
to him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, there's that mech. A little bit more sustainability is available for the side of OG. Midas being built for BZM. He's put some pressure on. He's 2-0-2. You know, he's moved around the map. That's exactly what they needed, and now he's going to have a Midas to try and push himself even further down the line in terms of net worth.
Right now, Quest is underneath the vision. OG wanted to smoke there. Noob TPing out, and it's being pinged out immediately. Static Storm available. Tornado. Noob going back, but the rune is spawning. Fortunately for him, it's top. If the rune is bottom, they would definitely go for it. They still might do so.
Yeah. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, that gets up. But Omar comes in with the silence.
Let's see if he can do the trick. Yes, he can.
Well done. Nicely done with the illusion rune right there to get out. But they've got the glimpse still, though. Phase shift, avoiding it. Sunstrike coming in and missing.
Kitrak needed to destroy that illusion rune. Right-click it because as like Noob was like, oh, I might be dead here, and then it clicked for a second. Same goes for me. Gets on the edge, uses illusion, and gets out of the kinetic field and static storm, and is going for their XP rune as well. This is a tricky one. This is might be too aggressive.
Yeah. DM ends up picking it up. So meanwhile, some pressure onto the tier 1 mid, almost getting that. But Quest, they've got themselves a 2,000 net worth lead. They've got TA2000 continuing to farm, feeling
and
comfortable.
He gets the deny.
He's got the Deso and also gets the deny on the tower.
I want to see the amount of stacks that they did. I feel like, again, Quest is just stacking a lot. There was a... yeah, there it is. Omar, 7. Rest of the team, 1. And OG has been pretty busy playing the lane, so they couldn't stack at the time. Toby, Phylactery is available. Level 9, almost level 10. They're going for Roche. I think they're setting things up for it. It's on Dire side. They have Deso, Solar Crest. They can kill it.
Do OG think about contesting, or do they just farm?
I don't think they have a good read on this. Even if they did, like the amount of damage that they can deal, Supernova as well, Kaori, he is showing in the lane, they set things up, they planted down Sentry and Observer just in case OG wants to contest it, and this should be a freebie. Radiant are using the scan, and it does connect.
Sunstrike will also come through.
They know that there's way too much damage. They saw Solar Crest. Templar Assassin was going for Deso. It will die in 25-30 seconds.
DM was putting pressure on the mid-tier too. He was at least trying to force them back, and that's what he accomplishes with getting the puck back, but they still pick themselves up in Aegis, which might be gone very quickly. Already out of mana. Like TA2000, he's in trouble. They've got the tether, they have the relocate, and they'll get the kill. They'll take the Aegis immediately.
The rest of the team needs to back him up. Supernova is available. They're gonna relocate him out. Okay, this is pretty massive.
Really well
Nobody's backstabbing. DM.
Ooh, DM's in trouble, but he's pretty tanky. Can he survive and TP out? Nope. They've got themselves the Dream Coil, Mystic Flare, and the Ancient Seal, so everybody comes together to kill off DM.
At least they got something out of it. I can't really blame DM for trying to TP out. The birds were used. He thought, you know, they don't have many stuns available. Potentially resummoning the birds on Toby, or if they use Coil, Noob was in vicinity to do it. We talked about Noob having a great game on Puck, because, you know, it's... there's not much lockdown for him, but these 2 Static Storm were used on him. His mana got burned, the lowest net worth core at the moment, but still 0 deaths to his name, which is very important.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Manta not terribly far away from Yuragi. Despite the fact that it's a 2,000 net worth lead right now, I think that OG are in an okay spot, but not if they lose BZM here. Ancient Seal, Sunray on him, and they also lose Kitrak. Just about to say they were keeping it close, and their 3 cores had a decent amount of net worth, but losing heroes like that is really ill-advised, that's for sure.
They have so much damage. Magical and physical, Solar Crest, Deso, Visage Birds, plus Sunray, which is maxed out. Kaori is level 10. And again, going for the same item build. Every single time I see this guy play Phoenix, same stuff. I'll pick up my shard and go straight into Hex.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely his standard go-to. But what do you do at this point? You're down 5,000 net worth. We've talked about Puck. If he gets off to the races, they don't have a lot of lockdown for him. And OG really even, like, what's the best case scenario setup for them to come back into the game?
I think they want to farm on Terrorblade. Like, Terrorblade is the true carry in this game. Again, picking up Scotty against Temper Assassin, 5 range heroes, reducing the healing from Sunray, having extra attack speed from your IO. Like, you can carry the game on Terrorblade, no doubt about it. But you also playing into Puck, like you're gonna need to have lockdown. I want to see what kind of items BZM is gonna pick up. For now, it seems to be Dragonlance BKB, so he wants to also deal right-click damage. Might need Hex at one point to deal with this Puck that they really had troubles killing him. He's trying to set it up, but Noob.
Sunstrike
for the vision.
not gonna land. Dust. BZM not committing to going in onto Noob. Track losing his courier because, I believe it, got killed on the way coming through this tier 2 area.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Dobby's farming a lot. He does have all these like small items, drums, solar, phylactery. Now going into pipe, level 12 will resummon the birds. Double damage also available for TA 2000 if he wants to pick it up.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Everything's
attack.
just kind of coming out right for the side of
Tower
Quest.
has fallen.
And they're OG are kind of just putting their eggs in one basket and hoping that Yuragi can farm enough, but they go Static Storm, but look at that, Mystic Flare and the Ancient
Sunray
Seal.
keeping him alive.
In, and Sunray's going to keep Noob alive. The Pit of Malice is down, but it's not doing anything. The Dream Code to try and turn this one around with TA 2000 coming over. The Supernova's there. The damage is out. BZM is dead, but so is Toby. Seb falls. Yuragi taking out some familiars. Now the blink forward. They've got the Ancient Seal. It's onto the Terrorblade. There's the Deso shots. Mantis under. Kinetic
2000,
field,
he's
Pit of
inside a kinetic
Malice,
field.
and he might be in too far and will be in too far. Great turnaround here for OG. Omar? He's not going to get out
Gate.
with this Fiend's Gate if they can get the stun, but TP away.
No mana.
Just TP.
He had no mana available for it, so in terms of trade, this is a relatively good trade because they killed 2 cores on Quest. TA 2000, I saw him like hesitating for a second, didn't want to join immediately since he didn't have BKB, just a recipe away. He farms that in like 45 seconds. But also showing that they can kill Toby. It took them a lot of time, and you see the power of Phoenix in the previous fight. Like, damage-wise, he almost dealt the most damage, and also the amount of healing that he did, keeping Puck alive during the Static Storm. Lockdown. Like, I feel like they will need a Hex on Invoker. For now, BZM is going for a BKB, but they will definitely need something else to keep them in place.
Double harm shall I deal?
So, 2K lead here for Quest to kind of dwindle down a little bit. But they're looking over at BZM again, and they'll get the kill onto the Invoker. At the same time, Omar's getting a shard, which, well, killed the Scion. But losing BZM like that, it just...
Dire are scanning.
He is not having the game that he would have liked after that start that he had where he was 2-0-2.
Theory. He's out of the map. See you later, nerds. How massive is this?
He didn't
What?
have TP, so...
Oh, okay. I
he
thought
didn't
he's
use
out.
TP.
They knew. They waited for him. My bad. Usually you see this type of a play and you're like, okay. And Kiri's like, help. So, keeping the steady 4 or 5k gold lead on side of Quest.
And that jumped right back up. Split up in farm. All right. That's what they've been doing. Almost has the Scotty ready for Yuragi.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But TA 2000 picking up that BKB and going for that shard. TA players love picking up the shard. It's always nice to have that silence.
Could make a lot of difference in a team fight. Silencing Terrorblade so he can get Sunder, maybe no relocate out, jumping Disruptor before he can get a spell off. Now it's TA 2000 having a BKB. Seems like they want to take a fight. testing things out to see how much damage it deals to Underlord.
Yuragi, Dream Coil. They're trying to get the kill here on a Seb. They've got themselves the Fiend's Gate. Now the Metamorphosis, they'll put some damage on a Toby, but there's the Supernova. They might have to focus their attention onto the egg, but they can't. So they need to run. Static Storm committed. That lands on a TA-2000. It pops the BKB immediately.
Seb. He's coming in.
Seb's coming back into the fight and try and keep these heroes alive so they can chase. They get the kill on a Kid Track. It's going to be Noob who focuses his attention over there.
Sunray
Now,
on 3 of them.
Tornado comes through, hits on a TA-2000. They've got the Rod of Atos as well as the Silence. They get the kill on a Seb once more. He already bought back into the fight, so he's dead for 60 seconds. Silence, Sunder, available. Noob goes into the phase shift and blinks away.
They're really good at taking a fight and disengaging. The only loss they have is Visage, but you can see them like resetting multiple times. It feels like OG is like, okay, we're gonna take this fight, and then Sunray comes on top of them. One trap, one silence. They can't chase anymore. Puck from behind, still Zero, that's his name, as we mentioned. Puck having a really good time. Now going into Kaya's Sun, so some of these things are gonna last even less so. He can be the one jumping the back lines, finding a kill on Disruptor, or putting Io in a position where he doesn't want to be, so he can't use the relocate out. But you also see the power of Terrorblade Scotty. Against 5 range heroes, they're not moving. Plus Reflection.
The crazy thing is, though, like, Puck gets to have a game like this, and we called it out that, you know, he was the second pick. To not really have a counter for this hero, it got picked second, is definitely worrying when we were coming out of the draft, and worrying now when he hasn't died yet. So, setting up potentially for Roche again.
It's up in 20 seconds. They have a big item now. Crimson Guard plus Pipe on Underlord. I feel like this time OG wants to take a fight. They can't just let this one go for free.
No, they can't.
And also Kaori, he finds Philosopher's Stone. Does have Hex queued up, already Mystic Staff available. Sending out illusions into Roche Pit, and they will scout it out, so they will know Roshan is available.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roche up. Let's see. Yeah, Philosopher's Stone, and he's already close to that ultimate orb too. He's gonna have it so soon.
If they initiate right now onto Roche, BCM is not gonna able to come top. He's like very low on mana, using this Ghost Walk to replenish some of that mana, but he's very low.
Storm, but look at that, almost two-shotting that Disruptor, but he's got the help from Seb, a little bit of the sustain that comes through. Yuragi gonna lose that Crystallis while this fight's going on. They've got themselves the Glimpse as well as the right-click damage on a Toby, but the Sunray doing a lot of damage. They've got themselves the Silence. TA-2000, he's got the Shard. So these traps are silenced.
He's also without mana.
Starting to pierce through this Underlord, and they'll get the kill on a DM. They still didn't get the kill on a Kaori, who's able to just Supernova and refresh.
As soon as they use Glimpse on a target, you know that Sunray is gonna come on top of that target, so they need to have a different plan. Supernova has been popped, but so has been meta. Look what Puck is doing. He's just being in their face, very annoying. Problem was they had no mana whatsoever on Invoker. He did get some back from EMP and also had to use the Great Healing Lotus. He wanted to regen it up with the Ghost Walk, but was forced to TP. At least they still have a tier 1 tower to TP to. And second Roche again belongs to Quest.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
This is putting OG very far on the back foot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
TA also hits level 20. Meld Dispels, great against Bit of Malice, Disruptor's Thunderstrike, Cold Snap.
And they take out the Aegis as quickly as they got
Reflection
it again.
mostly.
They're gonna go and try and kill off TA-2000. Yuragi is in and moving forward, but it's not quite enough damage with the Dream Coil keeping them back. They get the kill on a Seb. They'll take out the Io, but Static Storm has the cheese. He'll survive a little bit longer, but not long enough. Tornado clips TA-2000 on the edge. Sunder, though, Yuragi, he has to back up. They get the kill on a Toby, and somehow, I mean, they lose Seb, but they get 2 kills.
2 big kills. TA-2000, he did not want to commit. He wanted to wait out, maybe use this Aegis for a next fight. He was also super low on mana, and Terrorblade now dealing some good right-click damage. Like, he stood his ground, was tethered to IO this whole duration. Underlord in the middle of them, reducing the damage with Atrophy Aura, Crimson Guard, also fighting underneath the tower, so providing some extra armor. What did he pick up? Ogre Seal Totem for Disruptor. Might keep him alive for a few extra seconds when TA jumps him.
Who's this going to be shard for? Hit track.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is that shard good enough? I mean, it's free, so it doesn't matter, but... Do you like that shard at all?
There are definitely better. This is like, I don't know, D tier shard.
Okay. Is it better than
Yes.
Shield of the Sun?
Yes,
All right.
I know what you were gonna say. It's definitely better than Shield of the Sun.
He's also going Hex, by the way.
Double Hex, Blink Dagger also available. I mean, they will get it eventually. Philosopher's Stone on both of them.
He's got Hex on Phoenix, so... I think that's new, and they didn't have that in the last fight, which would have probably turned it around enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But cutting it down to 6,000 net worth, weren't able to win that fight with the Aegis in their hands. You said Yuragi might be able to carry this game himself, and now he's got a Silver Edge coming. Can he do so?
Yeah, Break Visage. That's the big one. He is the true carry in this game. I feel like Quest might be slightly on the timer. Even though seeing double Philosopher's Stone, it also means that their supports are gonna scale well into the mid and late game. I'm just a little worried for Templar Assassin. Her damage output against Terrorblade, against Scotty Reflection, it's not gonna be easy. They will need to like play around Terrorblade and then deal with him the last, because they can't really kill him anymore. He's just way too massive, sitting at the, what, 2.7k HP, having Elven Tunic, so some extra evasion, and always tethered to IO.
E2000 nearby. Static Storm on the phase-shifting puck, but he's able to blink out of it. Now they've got themselves the glimpse. It's going to be on a new, but it won't pull him into the kinetic field. OG can't quite put it all together.
Static Storm is the biggest tool that deals with puck. TP top, and they want to respond with it. Noob, coil available.
Yeah, they're really coming in. They've got themselves the Dream Coil.
They will burst him.
Got the damage coming in. Yuragi's going to be in trouble.
Underlord's
He's kind of
coming.
left by himself, but they've got themselves the Fiend's Gate. Is he in trouble? He gets the kill, and Omar just turns and really shoots him down. Supernova up on the high ground with the Sunray being used, but they pop the egg. And now, as the rest of this team tries to TP out, it will do so and leave Quest wondering what went wrong in the fight.
OG's outmaneuvering them, even though this is a good attempt from Quest, getting a coil and then trying to kill Terrorblade, but he's super tanky. DM shows up, pops the pipe, uses Heaven's Halberd, Crimson Guard, and they go back through the gates. They didn't have any control left, so they really outmaneuvered them there, only losing IO. And also on the other side of the map, which I didn't see, they managed to get the kill on Supernova.
Yeah, it was,
Invokers, like his attack speed with Alacrity, he might even do it alone. And also, speaking of hexes, we did mention that BZM needs some extra control, and that's what's queued up for him, getting very close to it.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
BZM was dealing with the dealing with Kaori, who had the Supernova up on the high ground by the crystals, like right south of the tier 2 tower. BZM hiding within the Ghost Walk, haunting him, and in typical TA things, takes the Tormentor by himself. Gives a shard to Noob, so he'll have that phase shift, doing that extra damage. So, it's always nice to get a free shard like that, a little bit of an upgrade. Satanic next on the list for Yuragi as well.
How do they bring him down? This is like 8k gold lead for Quest, but I want to see what the Dota Plus has to say about it. I feel like this might be like closer to 50-50.
It actually has OG leading 53-47.
It's like Terrorblade with Alacrity having IO behind him, all these damage reduction, all these spells that they can throw on top of Terrorblade to increase his damage. If he like turns into meta, you don't take a fight. Like you need to find a way how to move around and kill the others, because you're definitely not killing Terrorblade.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And he's just able to stand there like a turret, right? Like he's done it a couple times. You try to fight, you get too close, and then you're dead. You can't run away. Just feels like every time they've tried to kill Yuragi, they lose 1 or 2 heroes. So we'll see if they can ever take care of him now that he's got that Satanic. Hex isn't too far away here for BZM.
Double damage bottled up. TA2000, Deso in the backpack. They want to take a fight. Has enchanted quivers, so that's like a guaranteed hit. Problem is you're playing into Glimmer Cape, Ghost Scepter from IO. That's why he wants this nullifier as fast as possible.
Dire are
So they'll move
scanning.
as a unit towards top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Towards BZM, but BZM TPs to the tier 2 tower. So they're not going to find anybody initially up in the top lane, but they are going to continue to come forward with the smoke.
They want to get a kill on 35 XP rune. Whoever climbs uphill, most likely gonna die. Can they catch a glimpse of Seb? But they need to silence him. Tether.
Ooh.
Seb gets away.
They see that smoke, though? They've got the Hex, now a Hurricane Pike built for this Terrorblade. Quest have pretty solid positioning at the moment. Pitamount's gonna come through, lands on a TA2000. They've got them Static Storm. Sunray, it's not gonna be enough this time. They kill off Noob. And they had that little bit of control. That's through the Static Storm in the kinetic field. They go to the Fiend's Gate, but it's going to be down into the water. They've got Yuragi out in front, breaking this Visage as he sits there
He's
ready for a
fine.
meteor to drop on him and a kinetic field's around him. Toby is dead.
All this lead that they had, they just can't do it. OG, they're running as 5. Same thing they did against Alliance yesterday. This is the power of their lineup. You have supermassive Terrorblade that cannot die. They scouted things out in the Roche Pit. They have Gem to see traps from Templar Assassin. And BZM, he's the one hunting. Has Ghostwalk plus Hex. Might find TA2000.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Scan coming in and not going to land on anybody. Ooh, TA2000 turns around. Oy. And now they'll find themselves the Phoenix, who goes into the Supernova, and BZM
Pops
will
the
just
BKB,
pop
making
it.
sure he gets the kill. No shenanigans,
Oh,
no
they got the
evasion.
Hex. It's onto the TA2000. He's caught in a bad spot, but they've got themselves the Ancient Seal. They get the kill to Seb, so end up taking out this healing opportunity for the side of OG. But now with the BKB pop by TA2000, he goes invis with a Silver Edge of his own and goes on the run.
Is under attack.
Kaori also using buyback. OG didn't commit with much. They used 1 Hex, there was no meta whatsoever, and immediately drawing on the minimap. Want to take that next Roche, this is the big one. Also tier 4 items just got available. Let's see if they can find one before Noob finds one. What's it gonna be? Timeless Relic, of course.
Oh, whoa, 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 they see him! Oh, Yuragi! No! Gets caught! This Ob Sentry in the middle of the lane. Oh, no.
This is massive. I mean, he was hunting them. Rest of the team, like Seb died, so he was not in that fight. Didn't have anyone behind him. Maybe with some like Hex, Pipe, Crimson Guard would make the difference. Terrorblade does have buyback available. I think he might want to take a fight with the buyback. Not sure if they're like deciding it's a risky move, but let's see how OG approaches it. They're thinking, like you can see them moving forward.
It's just not quick enough.
It's gonna be too late.
I will say the impact these Aegises have had for Quest haven't exactly been a lot.
Yeah, the first one was where
Non-existent.
they were supposed to get like some extra 4, 5, 6k gold advantage, but he died off immediately. OG had a pretty good read on it.
So, Mindbreaker picked up for BZM. He goes into the 4-staff. But now you're dealing against an Aegis again. This is going to be really tough for OG to sustain through it. I mean, not a problem really for Terrorblade, but everybody else now has to deal with Cheese, Refresher, potentially 2 Supernovas if BZM doesn't just pop the egg immediately.
The A2000, he's smoked. Ninja gear available. Okay, Trax setting up some vision in the bottom part of the map, which is probably gonna get dewarded. It usually does.
Did Sky get to that? Hex? No, he bought Ghost up there. Okay.
They got all the right items, looking at the neutral items on them. Puck has Thomas Relic, Spell Prism on Scarlet Mage to lower the cooldown, and also Ninja Gear on Temple Assassin. Still yet to find 2 neutrals.
Recovery Midas for Seb. Potential.
He did that the other day. Like, he feels... I mean, can't really blame him. The first game went on for 85 minutes, so he's prepping for it.
It's definitely a good investment. If he gets it.
This is not even the end of the first halftime. 40 minutes only.
Yeah. What band do we have playing at the halftime show?
Nickelback.
Look at this graph.
Yeah.
Just pause the game, show the graph. We're bringing on Nickelback. Great Canadian band. All right.
Look at this graph.
You happy with that one?
Yeah, it was a good one.
Thank you.
Aegis still up and running, 2.5 minutes. No treads, no Hurricane Pike available for TA2000. He did hit level 25, plus 7 refraction instances. Was always wondering, like, how we think of some of these, like, 25 talents. Like, I think before it was 8, and then we nerfed it. It's like, how many do you want? Yes, just give him whatever he wants on that level 25. And now it's 13. So sometimes you have to go through 26 of those.
Oh, dude, look at the Alacrity Siege Creep doing work here. Oh, never mind. Big lift. It's over. It was hitting so fast.
I thought we were going to be looking at the graph again, the way you started it.
Oh, no.
Refresher Shard on Phoenix. So double ulti. Going for Refresher Orb off his own.
There's BKB next. For Uragi, he's got 6,000 gold saved up. Seb, saving his gold, hasn't bought out on this Midas just yet. If he's going to buy this Midas. Smoked with the Ninja Gear for Disruptor.
That's a big one as well. I mean, we did
He's almost
mention
got
in the previous game. Oh,
Ooh, glimpse.
The A2000.
Forcing that
Pop a
BKB. Man, let me tell you, that is such a easy way to get BKBs. 18-second cooldown, just glimpse from the furthest ways out.
Dire's bottom
Force BKB.
You choose. You can die,
Or
you can use a BKB. So it's not. It's pretty much a no-brainer.
yeah, basically. So
Dire's
again, it feels like this Aegis not really doing too much for them.
Yeah, stop picking it up. Don't go for Roche.
Yeah, Roche is irrelevant. We don't need 12 Roches like last game. But Uragi throwing his treads in his stash. Let's see. What does DM have? I feel like we haven't been focusing on what he's got. And he picked up that Heaven's Halberd.
Was thinking about picking up second Hex to have slightly more control. Now has Lotus Orb. Remove some of these hexes, silences as well. Makes him super tanky. Yeah, like I think both him and Terrorblade, if they're playing around each other, they don't die. Like you know that you're getting your abilities off, maybe even multiple of those. And does have Martyr's Plate.
So it has that. Martyrdom, which you can activate.
This will make him less tanky, but you also like gain that magic resistance, HP regen, and also having pipe of your own, so you're soaking up the damage.
But also Disruptor, 900 gold away from having that Ags. Oh, Noob. They see him.
Noob has 9-second BKB
Mystic
now.
Flare, Sunray, but Seb's gonna tether all the way over to Kid Track, goes and throws the Static Storm around too. But they get the kill on Kid Track immediately, and it looks like Yuragi doesn't exactly want to fight this. He's been going back and forth, a little bit hesitant on going in, but pops the BKB. Supernova comes down. Now he pops the Manta. They'll get the egg. They'll take it out of the fight immediately. Now he's going to pop that Satanic, focusing on the TA2000 as well as Toby. They'll rip through the Visage. They get the kill on Seb, and now this Skywrath Mage is in trouble. The Ice Wall's on him. Toby, or Omar from atop the steps is surviving for so long, but eventually dies to the point where BZM ends up dead to Noob.
Noob is in the back lines, like he's
Noob was on the low ground doing whatever he wants.
BKB, and now 2-man coil.
TA2000 is going to come back, and they had the Heaven's Halberd coming through from DM. They'll focus their attention on a TA2000 now as, well, Toby bought back into the fight. Bit of Malice lands, Soul Assumption going to be avoided. They got the disarm out of the Terrorblade, so he's going to be chasing TA2000, who's got the Silver Edge, and he is invis. Vision on the high ground here for the side of Quest, but they're trying to take the fight elsewhere.
Halberd again.
DM is now in trouble. The Halberd
He's
once
isolated.
more, but Noob, he's here with him, and they've also got Toby, but they have Seb back into the fight with the tether as well as this heal coming through with that mech.
Ooh, this egg wasn't like placed perfectly. Needs to be slightly further away from Terrorblade because he's gonna focus him down. Either him or Invoker. They do have the attack speed, tether from IO, and then Alacrity Invoker, but Noob, he cleaned up. Like, he just hit level 25 from that one, so Dream Coil pierces through debuff immunity. And also, I was watching both him and TA2000. They're so patient with the BKBs. Like, they don't want to use it early on. They know that other than this Hex from Invoker, there isn't an instant stun. Maybe things are going to change now that Disruptor is only 200 gold away from Ags.
And Noob is on the low ground. I accidentally called him Toby, but he was like super patient watching the sky.
Yeah, newbie.
Taking a lot of attention and like surviving for a while to the point where Noob was able to take out BZM. Like the Ghost Scepter just proving to be such a solid pickup here for Sky. And he wants to go back for that Hex, maybe even thinking about getting an E-Blade later down the line as this game, you know, we're already 47 minutes into it. But it doesn't even feel like we're close to done.
Early game just finished. Now
laning stage over.
Yeah, this is mid game we're talking about now. Noob, he's gonna scale level 25. Puck, make it 26, going into Overwhelming Blink. He's gonna stop like this constant damage over time. They don't have any Blink daggers, but it's very annoying to deal with these things, and also the extra slow. This is 6 seconds slow plus Timeless Relic, extra 20% debuff duration. That makes it like 7.2. So you're gonna be constantly slow. Visage Birds, Sunray slow if he's using it during Supernova. So that's gonna be quite a lot on the ground. Traps as well. Ooh, Roshan up in minute and 40 seconds. This is the fourth one, I believe.
I want to say Noob almost killed Disruptor's Courier with the Ags finish on it, but didn't get there in time. So now he's got the Static Storm with this upgrade, but
he got the BKB
Dream Coil, BKBs immediately. TA2000 coming in for the side. They're going to use that Manta, but can they do anything with this? Supernova off to the side. It's out of its spot where they can't really get the right clicks on it. So that'll be used. It doesn't really do anything. They've got the Fiend's Gate going behind them, trying to catch these heroes on the other side. DM comes in, but they go north. So they avoid him. Pitamal is going to be placed down, not going to land on any of the heroes. They're fighting around this outpost, trying to find the proper positioning.
Ooh, another coil. Available in 20. BKB 30 seconds. Also, refresher available on Phoenix if he wants to use another supernova. We'll heal Noob for now.
Noob. Ooh, Pinamalice, they've got the control. It's on to Toby. They'll use that Terror Wave. Now they go to the Supernova. It's going to be right on top of Terror Wave, but he's got the
kill the egg.
They'll kill the egg. They'll take out Toby and Kaori. Oh, somehow Kittrack survives with just a sliver of health.
They have way too many problems now that they need to deal with.
Kittrack coming back around. Yuragi, Seb now going towards Roche. Noob going to TP away.
They need to let this one
Noob
go.
not going to TP away. He's going to TP to the tier 2 an area of OG side of the map. Push that wave in.
Middle tower is under attack.
Roshan respawning, 49 minutes.
This is
Nice play from Yuragi. He used Hurricane Pike on one of his illusions to scout out the bird that was standing on top of the hill that could, you know, scout things out, provide some vision, maybe deny Aegis or whatever.
using that Terror Wave in the fight, having that little bit of an extension on the Metamorphosis. He got hexed afterwards, and, well, it looked like he might have not been able to kill off the egg, but popped the BKB, turned around, and just took it out after the refresher was used by Kaori. So, I mean, that was a big start to the fight. And now they've got Boots of Bearing on Dian. They pick up the Aegis on Terrorblade. Cheese is there for the Invoker as well as the Refresher Shard. Noob just pushing in the tier 3, or pushing into the tier 3.
Cutting the creep wave, trying to buy as much time as he can. Yuragi has so much gold, sitting at 9,000 gold at the moment. BZM also 4,000 gold on him, has Refresher available. It's time to go and try to deal some damage onto high ground. Metamorphosis is available, so is Terror Wave.
Yep. T2000 just sitting here. He's got a lot of gold saved up as well.
DM has Gem, needs to be careful about it.
Pops the meta, takes the tier 3. Nobody pushing in on the side of Quest, but they're going to go in with the Dream Coil. They've got themselves a Sunray, but there's the Static Storm. Noob's in trouble. Sunstrike is not going to even be needed. Kittrack gets the kill with the damage coming in from the Static Storm, but however, this is now Yuragi without meta.
BZM was so quick with the Hex, and so was Kittrack with the Aghanim Scepter. Silence on top of Puck. Does have buyback available. They also have no creeps at the moment, but creeps are approaching.
Has Terror Wave. There they go with the Glyph. They've got the break from the Silver Edge. Glimpse is only going to take Omar so far. And they'll take the Citarax, but will they stay for more with no meta for a minute and a half? They've got the Alacrity, though, onto the Terrorblade, and maybe they shift over towards mid. They're going to smoke on the low ground with Yuragi standing towards the front. Pops that Manta, gets disarmed, had the Nullifier on him as well. Now the Alacrity is there, so they'll
look at that damage.
Buildings very quickly.
He got mid-air
on a Kaori, and now they'll look over as the Sunstrike again, not needed, but they go to the Dream Coil. They're going to buy back on both these heroes. Now the Terror Wave comes in. It's going to fear on TA2000. They look at Noob, who pops the BKB, the Icarus dive once again. TA2000 trying to do the damage on a DM. Static Storm around on 3. They're not going to be able to chase, but can they get back out of the high ground to get the damage out onto the side of Quest? That's the Supernova used. Eggs there, disarm onto the Terror Blade. They're going to have to force staff him onto the low ground. They get the kill to Seb as well as BZMT in 2000 trying to chase. Ooh, Nullifier thrown, but the blink away. Coming out for Kittrack, the TP out from Yuragi.
Alone.
And they need to leave, but DM, he's not going to be so fortunate. Isolated from the rest of his team and killed off.
These are very costly buybacks. Both Kaori and Noob did buyback in the previous fight. They also lost the tier 3 tower, but so did BZM. Like, this could be an opening for something. If they manage to kill BZM, he's their control, because it's the only Hex that they have right now. And you can see Puck, like, he needs to be careful. This BKB needs to come early on, otherwise he'll get hexed. The Static Storm looked really good, but instant buyback from Kaori. Supernova into Sunray, keeping them alive there.
So tip for Omar from Seb. 8,600 gold left for Yuragi, who didn't end up dying in that fight. He's got a bunch of surplus. Depending on what he wants to buy. He bought the Moon Shard, and he ate that.
planted some vision inside the OG's base. Underlord and IO both have buybacks, but it's 25 seconds. They might need to forfeit this one, or maybe Quest does not want to play as aggressive.
Dream Coil
said that, and they use the coil.
Landing onto the Terrorblade as well as Kitrak, but he's got Glimmer Cape, so they don't see him. And they only get the tier 3 tower.
So a lot of gold saved up on Quest. I see Omar sitting on 5,000 gold. Does have buyback available, so we'll probably save for buyback before purchasing the whole Hex.
Right.
Noob, he used his buyback, so
He's
needs to buy,
now.
like, yeah, he's thinking about different items. He was thinking about maybe getting a refresher, but also wants to pick up Aeon Disc.
Yeah. Him and the Phoenix want to pick up Aeon Disc.
It's a good purchase, but then again, it might not proc. You might get 100 to 0 by Disruptor Ags.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility here, as they are pushing up even further. They are looking to maybe just push into the base, and if they can get one pick off on somebody who's already used their buyback, that could just be it. But we'll see. They might also want to wait for Roche, wait for tier 5s again. When was the last time so many consecutive games got
I don't think this happened, to be honest, because we had like so many. How many today? This is the fourth one, I believe. We started at 10 a.m. and now it's 16:28 local time, Central European time. Yeah, so that's like 6.5 hours for 3.5 games, let's call it.
Yeah, 3.5. No, you're telling me there's another 53 minutes. They go. Dream Coil. That's down. BKB. Noob sticking onto BZM. They go to the Terror Wave. It's going to fear anybody. It hits on a Toby. They've got themselves a Supernova. They're going to really bail on this because they can't hit it quick enough. Supernova explodes. Doesn't land on anybody on the side of OG. They've got themselves the Glimpse. They hit the Vision, but they won't be able to pull him back because he goes into another Supernova. So forcing to use the Refresher, forcing to use the
Another
Supernova
dive.
so he doesn't get glimpsed.
Can he get it
go
off?
for Kaori. He got the Icarus dive away. The damage is not going to be enough. They have the Thunderstrike on him, but he escapes into the base.
They want to go. They know that there is no Supernova, no coil for 20 seconds. Quest will immediately get that glyph. Meta still up and running for a long period of time. Trying to slow them down as much as he can, but Terrorblade, he's going ham.
He just wants these buildings. He can use these illusions. He's tethered up to Seb. Seb keeping him healthy. They've also got the Alacrity. They go for the Sunstrike. They've got this Static Storm on top of Puck as well as Kaori. And both these heroes are going to be in trouble. He gets the Aeon Disc off just barely. Whoa. This is
They're not
very
done.
far forward.
OG, they want to close it out here, potentially.
Oh, he has to be very careful, but silent as the grave for the moment is Yuragi just standing his ground with the Metamorphosis. They go to the Sunstrike. They've got the Hex on a Toby. They'll look to get the kill on the Visage. Here comes TA2000 trying to put some damage out.
Disarm
Toby,
flowed.
he's gone. Doesn't have buyback. They've also got the Disarm onto this TA, so he can't do anything. They have to watch as this Terrorblade just stands his ground up on the steps, and now the right click's on a Toby. And they've got the Terror Wave. They'll fear Toby up. They'll get another kill. He's dead for 2 minutes. Godlike for Yuragi. Now even looking over at TA2000 again as the bottom set of racks are going to fall.
Without buybacks, this is surely mega creeps, and the like almost 2 minutes. They want to go. They want to close it out. Yuragi's just doing way too much damage. Alacrity, Tether, having Moonshard, attack speed is through the roof.
This doesn't look like they're going to have a way to stop this Terrorblade. You talked about it. He was the ultimate late game carry, and that's exactly what he's been in this game for the side of OG. They'll get the kill into Omar. They'll take him out. He's got buyback. Noob trying to do whatever he can to stall this game out. TA2000.
Static Storm, he's done so.
Static Storm, Noob's dead. 2 minutes gone. There's the tornado. Lands on a TA2000. They'll call GG pre 60 minutes, and OG keep their dream alive as they even up the series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Quest, they had the first 3 Roshans, but didn't manage like...